Hi, welcome to BackChat, and today I've got a very interesting guest. She is the lead consultant for Chilengedwe, which is an environmental conservation organization, and we look forward to having this conversation with her. Cisanga, welcome.
Thank you, Choolwe. I'm so pleased to be here. Looking forward to an interesting conversation at BackChat.
Please, tell us about Chilengedwe and the work that you do.
Chilengedwe, first of all, the word Chilengedwe, the name Chilengedwe, is a word that means nature in Tumbuka. So we're a conservation preservation organization, a social enterprise. So meaning that our goal really around the work that we do in the environment is to create social change, to create an environment where we nurture the people that become catalysts of the change. Our vision and mission at Chilengedwe is very simple. It's first of all to educate our people, to equip them with the knowledge that they need for them to enforce that social change and change their habits, to unite the citizenry, Zambians. I mean, I don't know if you've heard in the recent past, this was a very big conversation actually last year, that Zambia is one of the most highly deforested countries, and that speaks a lot to us. There's a break in communication somewhere. There's some education that is not taking place so that our people get to, understand the value in having trees and not cutting them down.
Okay, so based on what you said, what are the goals for this year and maybe also next year for Chilengedwe in terms of educating people, and what other initiatives are you involved in at the moment?
Mm-hmm. We are involved in our I wouldn't call it a brainchild, but one of our main activities is to run enrichment programs. And in running enrichment programs, we look to run enrichment programs in schools, preferably in primary schools. We have collaborated with the Wildlife Conservation Society as our partner on this project. And what we do is go into schools, set up a conservation club, get the children involved to run a project, but that project extends into the community as well, because we want the young people to be the ones that are the catalysts of the change that should take place. And I'm sure you've heard of the phenomenon that when children are taught in school, that which they learn in school, they take back into the communities, they take back into their homes and say, this is what we've been taught, this is what we want to do. So that's one of our major things that we've been focused on, and also engaging with corporates. There's a lot of environmental sustainability governance that is, required, that corporates require to adhere to. So for us to get into the picture with them and run these projects with them to ensure that it's not just a box that they're ticking, but there's actually change that is taking place. So if we're going to run some tree planting activity, are we just planting a tree and taking pictures so that there's a photo op and we move on? Or we're actually going to do sustainable tree planting.
Okay, so we're talking about communication, which I believe is key in a lot of different areas. How do you communicate to Zambians? How can they learn more about effective climate action intervention?
So Chilengedwe focuses on really breaking it down to in the individual level, to get you engaged. So if you go onto our website, you go onto our socials, you will see that even the way we engage with our audiences is because we want to make it easily palatable, in a sense, so that when we share information about plastic waste or plastic pollution, what are we saying? What is plastic pollution? We break that down. How do you know that actually this is what I can do to make a difference? The little things, not using single-use plastic materials, whether it's in your packaging, whether it's the sort of products that you buy and that sort of thing. So this is what we do. So we engage communities. We, again, like I said to you, we talked about our enrichment programs. We go into schools and have those conversations. We go into communities, have those conversations. We are invited to conferences and workshops, and we talk about that. So it's really having the one-on-one communication with people, and not making them understand, but getting them to be a part of the journey.
Thank you for that response. So what can SMEs, small and medium enterprises, business owners in Zambia do to be more eco-friendly?
Okay, I mean, I think one of the things that's happening in this country is that we are trying to evolve from being an employed community to entrepreneurs. Like yourself, I'd like to believe
Yes.
that you know this is what you are. What I'm pursuing as well with my team is the same thing. So as entrepreneurs, when we set out our businesses, or when we set out whatever our plan is for the business that we want to embark on, that it is very clear in our minds what sort of impact we want to have, you know, in our communities. Right now, there's a lot of businesses that are recycling plastic. So some of them are aggregators, you know, so they collect the plastic, they aggregate it, so sort it out and package it, and then sell it to the bigger firms that then begin to recycle it.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of an ecosystem that's being made. Whether it's creating the impact or not, I don't know. I would largely disagree with that, because there's a lot of recycling organizations that are set up, but they're quite disjointed, because each one is doing some small little thing here and there. There's an organization that I would gladly highlight here, as a gentleman who runs an SME called New Tech. Okay. They make tables, blocks from the plastic waste that they collect. And I think that that's fantastic. So to amplify that.
So in your opinion, what positive changes has Zambia experienced in the last year?
In the last year? Well, I think one of the things, though, is I think if you look at it from, I wouldn't want to say a political perspective, but I think having had this president come and make a ministry dedicated to the environment has been some kind of positive change. And I've seen that in the last year, that there's been loads of talk, you know, obviously.
So we need more action.
We need more action. Okay. We need more action, and this action has to be backed by clear communication.
Okay. As we come to the conclusion of our discussion, what change or what changes do you hope to see in Zambia in the near future?
So you see, there's when we talk about environmental preservation, and we talk about climate action and all of that, there's also, if we're going to talk about I don't know if I'd call them the owners, but you know, the big guns that talk about climate change, you know, UNFCCC, and they hold a COP every year. Yeah. So, you know, there's conversations about adaptation, there's conversations about resilience, there's conversations about mitigation and all of that. These conversations are there. They're SMEs, again, and MSMEs that want to get involved in these things, and therefore they're seeking financing to get their projects off the ground. There's no access to finance, or there's talk of billions of dollars that are available, but the journey to access that finance is just like, it's not reachable.
Okay, thank you for coming. If you've got any final words, maybe you could share with our viewers and people who, I have learned a lot, by the way. So I'm sure everyone else has also learned, and like I said, it's something I'm passionate about, something I want to get involved more into. So any final words?
Yes, absolutely. So you can check out our website, and viewers can check out our website, which is www.chilengedwe.com. We are on our social, we are on the socials as well. We are looking for passionate individuals that are interested in volunteering to walk this journey with us to change Zambia as we continue to educate, unite, equip, and inspire the citizenry to live a greener life. Thank you.
Educate, unite, equip the citizenry. This has been BackChat and Cisanga. Thank you for coming, and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me, Choolwe. It's been wonderful.